Welcome to our second video in the Kindergarten Transition series. This video is all about literacy and numeracy. The kindergarten curriculum, English. Students communicate appropriately and effectively within the classroom. They give short talks and express ideas, for example, telling news, describing a favourite toy, describing a science investigation. Students begin developing reading and comprehension skills, for example, recognising simple sight words, recognising most sounds of the alphabet, using illustrations or picture clues to make predictions about stories when reading. Students recognise rhymes, syllables and sounds, phonemes, in spoken words. Students spell some common words accurately in their own writing. Students write simple sentences or stories for known audiences, such as for self, class, or parents. For example, yesterday I played soccer. Students understand that punctuation is a feature of written text different from letters. Recognise how capital letters are used for names and that capital letters and full stops signal the beginning and end of sentences. Students develop basic skills of writing, including pencil grip, good posture and handwriting movements to form lowercase and uppercase letters. Quality texts. In 2021, we are implementing a new home reading program using quality texts. When children begin school, they typically have little knowledge of how to read and write, and that's okay. The first years of schooling are critical for the development of reading skills. A child's home environment also has an impact on a child's literacy skills. John Hattie, a well-known professor and researcher in education, believes that the repeated reading of a quality text has an effect size of 0.67, which means it has a large impact on your child's learning. Quality texts also provide opportunities for your child to improve their vocabulary and learn new words and their meaning. What this will mean for you. We are asking you to read daily to your child, discuss the text and the pictures in the story, ask questions about the story, and enjoy time with your child. How you can help. Concepts of print. Concepts of print refers to the awareness of how print works. This includes the knowledge of the concept of what books, print and written language are and how they function. It encompasses a number of understandings that allow the reading process to take place, including understanding that print conveys a message, knowledge about book orientation and directionality of print, and distinction between sentences, words and letters, and knowledge of the alphabetic system and the difference between letters and words. Understanding elements of concepts of print in the English language. The main understandings or elements of concepts of print for English include the concept of text, how a text conveys a message, concept of book, how a book works, how different texts are organised, the idea of directionality, that English books are read from left to right, top to bottom, and other mechanical features such as spacing, punctuation, the difference between letters, numerals, and other symbols. You might like to read through this page on more ideas about how concepts of text relate to your child's learning. To develop your child's comprehension or understanding of a text, you could ask some of the following questions. Look at the front cover. What do you think this book might be about? How would you describe the character at the beginning, middle, and end of the story? How does the place in the book make you feel? What is happening in the pictures? What do you think is going to happen next? Why might a character have done this? What would you do in the same situation? What was your favourite character in the story? Why did you like that character? What was your favourite part of the book? Can you retell the story in your own words? Fine motor activities. Here are some suggestions to improve the strength in your child's hands. This is a really great skill for future writing. Here are some things you can do: cutting, tearing, using pegs, using tongs, colouring in with different tools such as pencils, crayons and textures, threading and Play-Doh. Kindergarten curriculum, mathematics. Students count aloud to 30 and recognise numbers 0 to 20. They manipulate objects such as counters to help them add and subtract numbers. Students use the language of money in everyday situations, for example, coins, notes and dollars. They count forwards by 1 to add and backwards by 1 to subtract. Students name the days of the week and tell the time to the hour, for example, 4 o'clock. Students identify and name simple shapes, for example, circles and squares. They use position terms such as between, behind, right and left, and they recognise that halves are equal parts. How can you help? Noticing everyday math. Nothing is more important than engaging with your child and talking about the math that you and your child experience daily. Talk about prices, budget, and quantity at the grocery store, and show your child how you use math to manage money. Practice fractions while cooking and baking, and take note of the shapes found in road signs and outdoors. Talking about the maths found in everyday life sets a purpose for using and performing math processes. If kids know why math is so important in real life, they will be excited to find reasons to use it. Dot cards. Supertizing is the skill that refers to instantly and visually recognising a group of objects and knowing the number just by looking. This is an important mental math skill that aids in solving problems, as well as understanding numbers. Using dot cards or dice can help your child build this critical skill by gaining more practice recognising groups of dots on the card. Singing nursery rhymes can help children to learn to count forwards and backwards. You might like to have a look on YouTube for some examples of counting songs for children. Counting with counters, blocks, anything really, helps children to develop one-to-one counting. In your pack, you will find 2 dice, 20 counters, a dot pattern card, and 5 frames. Don't forget to check our Seven Hills website for more exciting resources and information regarding your child's kindergarten transition and starting school next year. Bye for now.